is a good man, Savannah. A good man. He's just in a bad situation right now, and he's trying to get out of it.
Girl, can we gossip? Ooh, can we gossip? Girl, can we gossip? I have tea, can we gossip?
Talking about self-sabotage, when I tell you he's along the lines of what Kaya used to do, because Kaya used to be a bad self-sabotage. If you wanted to put self-sabotage like a face in a dictionary.
Hey friend, hey, it's your favorite gossip girly Nick, and I'm back with another gossip girly car chronicle. Bitch, did y'all or did y'all not catch Tasha K cooking the fuck out of Funky Dineva?
He sit up there, he talks a good game. And he's always talking about how degreed he is and how this he is and how that he is. And when I tell you, this is the most insecure, emotionally unstable man I have ever met in my life. And that's why they would threaten to slap women for pointing out the obvious of dirty baseboards when you post a picture of your pants around your nasty, skinny, burnt ankles with shit streaks on them.
Lord have mercy. Let's get into that. Now, y'all already know Tasha K and Funky Dineva. I'm going to just say this. Both of them have egos the size of mega churches, which means you can't tell neither one of them shit. So it is what it is. But what I will say is the last thing we remember Funky Dineva saying was that it's on site with Tasha K, and that the next time he sees her in public, he is going to slap the shit out of her. That shit was bogus, and it was whack as fuck, and it's corny. And at the end of the day, Funky, you are a man and you have no business putting your hands on a woman, even if that woman is Tasha K. You have no right to do that shit or to say that shit. And what's so crazy is the winos, y'all know they fucks heavy with Tasha. So Funky, if anybody on site need to be watching their back, I'm just saying. Because that woman has built a following. She has built an army, and they don't play about her. So you on site, you better hope and pray that you don't ever run into Tasha K, okay? Because if you do, 9 times out of 10, a wino is coming for your ass. So anyway, Tasha K allowed Funky to pop off, say whatever. Now, y'all already know there's a method to Tasha K's madness. She is going to continue to dig and scrape and dig until she's ready to get on and cook. Like, she'll let Funky pop off, get off whatever it is he wants to say, but best believe that when she comes, she's gonna eat through you.
Me personally, that he was Fox Soul. Am I lying, Jasmine? She can't say the mic, but she's over there. He sabotaged the show for a mere $200. Fox Soul is not here because he wanted $200 extra in addition to his YouTube check. So this man was getting paid close to what? $200,000 a year? Easy? Going live 5 days a week? Plus, he should be making minimum $200,000. That's $400,000 a year for a black gay man. That's ugly. That's allowed to do coke whenever he wants to do it. It's allowed to go down to the bar every day and show up on air with boogers in his nose all day. And this is what y'all get. And he wanted an extra $200 and sabotage that show.
And that's what she did, okay? She clowned Funky Dineva for allowing his friend, Carlos King, to steal his show. And when you think about it and you sit back, you gotta say, damn, Carlos King does not have an original bone in his body. The man is a master thief when it comes to him finessing, finagling ideas from people and spinning them as his own. Now, a lot of people have come forward, like Melody Cherie, like Sheree Whitfield, Funky alleged. Now, these are all alleged claims. The woman that had the Messy Monday idea, she said Funky stole that idea from her. And there is a young man by the name of Alexander Rogers who used to say allegedly. And now y'all hear that's the damn thing that Carlos King is always saying. So Alexander is claiming Carlos King is saying allegedly. So back to Tasha. So what Tasha done said about Funky Dineva is, she said Funky has a funky attitude and he is a self-sabotager. You open up Webster's dictionary and you look up self-sabotage, there's gonna be two pictures there. It's gonna be Kaya and it's gonna be Funky Dineva sitting right there. Okay, so she then started talking about how, y'all remember, like, and this is another thing about Funky Dineva, how the fuck are you going to come from a black woman but you have the most vitriol for black women? Let's get into it real quick, friend. Funky Dineva, we have seen him go in on black women, and it has been so disheartening and disgusting, to say the least. And y'all remember when he was talking about Blue Ivy and he called her ugly. And I'm thinking, like, have you looked in the mirror? And to go by a name like Funky, like, anyway. Okay, so Tasha is saying that Funky is insecure, and you know, being around him is like walking on glass. So she is saying that he is that gut fragile, that being around him is like walking on glass. And then she brought up, now y'all remember when Funky was sitting on the toilet, he posted this picture of himself sitting on the toilet, pants around his ashy ass ankles, and we got a glimpse of his baseboards, which were dirty, and Tasha said it looked like shit and was saying that it was shit. And he was saying that it wasn't that, but if you zoomed in, the baseboards was, they was dirty. They was dirty. They was dirty. And Tasha said it was shit on the walls. And then she started talking about Fox Soul, how whenever she was around Funky and, you know, Fox Soul, because y'all remember Funky walked away from Fox Soul. So Tasha was saying when they would be talking about Fox Soul that he told her, I am Fox Soul. So he was basically out here saying that he was the one, the two, and the three, and that Al and Claudia could not survive without him. So he was just like, he was big shit. So he feels like when he walked away that he shut that shit down and he was the end all be all, whatever. So Tasha is saying that Funky got money hungry and he got pissed and walked away over $200. And so he did. He left Al Reynolds and he left Claudia hanging, because remember they ended up getting Armand, but the chemistry with Armand, it just wasn't there. Again, like I said, when you have people, when you have egomaniacs who are good when they stand alone doing content by themselves, they're good at it. But it's like when you get all these egos together and they try to form a show, it becomes a bit much, because people, you know, their heads just start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they start thinking that they are the shit, that they are the one, the two, and the three. And you know what, now remember, Claudia was the moderator on the show, and so Al would give his take, Funky would give his, you know, annotated bibliography on his theses on how he sees situations, and he would break it down. But his ego was so fucking big that he walked, you know, that he had to walk away. And he did leave Claudia and Al out there. He hung them to dry. Okay, so back to what Tasha was saying. So now, and I always say this, now it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you never miss your water until the motherfucking well runs dry. So guess what? Funky's well has run dry. Now, mind you, he's back over here on the YouTube creating content, and his numbers are numbering. However, he is missing, we already know he's missing that piece of coin. So Tasha is saying Funky is missing that piece of coin. Now, mind you, Funky is talking about he's in a new relationship. I guess he's getting loved the right way. And I'm quite sure his new lover is used to being spoiled and getting the things. And so Tasha is saying that there's a reason to that. And I really don't want to get off into that because, you know, Tasha and Funky, they going back and forth with about the things that, you know, Michelle ATA Lynn. I know last time I talked about, I call her Atlin, but it's ATA Lynn, although the spelling doesn't look like it, but that's neither here nor there. But Tasha was just saying, you know, when she and Michelle ATA Lynn were going back and forth with Funky, they were making some allegations about him having a habit, a not so healthy habit. He's got an issue when it comes to drug abuse. And so they were getting off in that, talking about the problems that he has. Like I said, that ain't really for me to discuss. That's on them and how they want to talk about that. But what I want to say is that Funky was eating crow, that he wants and was begging as of last week, wanting to get the band back together, saying that he misses Al and he misses Claudia and he misses the magic that they made. So then he started comparing what they were going through, because he caused it, to an episode of Unsung. Now, if y'all watch Unsung is entertaining as hell, because it takes you back when you talk about groups and how they really never got to flourish for whatever reason. And so Funky is saying he feels like a failure. And he says ego is what caused their show to collapse. And Tasha was saying, like, well, no, you are the LaTasha Scott of this group. You thought you were bigger than what you were. And so now that you're standing alone, you're seeing that, okay, you might, you know, do a little bit here, a little bit there, but you are not the end all be all. So basically, collectively, you guys are a force when you were together, but standing alone, you're not making that much noise. You're not making that much of a splash. The people, you know, you've been doing this for 14 years, Funky. You have reached the, what am I trying to say? You have plateaued, boo-boo. That's what Tasha is saying. You've had 14 years to shit or get off the pot, and pretty much it ain't working. She said, hang it up, boo-boo. Go to therapy. So that's what Tasha was saying. Go to therapy. Okay, so Tasha also revealed that Funky was making about $200,000 a year. Now, mind you, when Funky was telling us when he walked away from Foxhole, he was saying that I'm $200,000 a year for an hour's worth of work gossiping on hot topics. Hello. Sign my ass up, okay? Sign me up. I'll take $200,000 to sit with my fellow content creators and wouldn't give a damn. No ego involved, baby. You $200,000 and I get to just shine and be my congenial, lovable, likable self, and I can talk about hot topics and shit that I'm very much interested in and excited about. Oh, ego. Who's ego? What ego? But see, like I said, that's the thing. When your head starts to get a little too big and you start feeling yourself and smelling yourself and you feel like you are the LaTasha Scott, the Beyonce Knowles, the Justin Timberlake of the group. You feel like you are big enough and can walk away, when in actuality, you can't. So Tasha then just started saying that Funky Dineva, he hates women, and the women that she used as examples are her and Michelle ATA Lynn. So Tasha was talking about how they helped Funky. They helped him monetize his channel. They actually put the battery in his back and got him up off the ground to the content creator that he is today. And she's saying in turn, he has shitted on both of them. And we have seen the back and forth between, you know, Funky, Michelle, and Tasha K. And remember, there are 3 sides to every story. So there's going to be Funky's side, Michelle's side, and the truth. Because remember, Michelle and Funky were really close. And Michelle overextended herself and let him move into one of her properties, and Funky fucked that shit up. He did do her house wrong, and she has not gotten over it. And my thing is, it's like, no matter how y'all shake it, make it or bake it, y'all can't tell that lady how to feel when she looked at that man as a friend, and she is claiming that because he was so strung out, that is what caused him to crash out in her home. And he did. He mucked up her home. He did it dirty. He was trifling with it. And she had the video, and remember, she showed it on Periscope 10.5 years ago. She showed it on Periscope, and she was crying while she did the walkthrough. And again, like I said, a lot of people want her to get over that because it happened a decade ago. But again, y'all cannot tell a person how to feel, especially if in her mind she really saw Funky as a friend, as a true friend, and she was looking out for him by giving him shelter while he was battling his demons, allegedly. You can't tell her how to feel. So yeah, and so Tasha let it be known that while this motherfucker ego was getting in the way and head was swelling, that Fox Soul was about to syndicate TGIF. So what we were watching during COVID was actually just a pilot and test runs of, I promise, sometimes God be about to bless you and sometimes puts you through the trials, the tribulations, and the struggle before he brings you to the other side, to your biggest blessing. Funky, you really messed up the bag. You really messed up the bag. You really self-sabotaged yourself. And Tasha was saying that Claudia should sue Funky Dineva. Then she talked about how, hey, Claudia, get the cease and desist off me, because Claudia put a cease and desist on Tasha K because Tasha K was talking about Claudia allegedly having some of her bank statements doctored up or something like that, according to Tasha K. But Tasha K is like, I'm not the person that said that. There was somebody else that said it, and she said that's who the cease and desist should go to. I don't know, but it is what it is. What else happened? Yeah, she was like, so yeah, Funky just had this epiphany, and Tasha was saying that this epiphany has happened because now Funky is being quote unquote loved the right way and getting his back blown out, and he wants to get the band back together because he needs more money. I guess his new man, in Tasha's opinion, she was saying that this man is pretty much costing Funky a little bit of a grip, a change, and that Funky is not as famous as this man probably thought that he was. So this man must be accustomed to living at means that Funky right now is borderlining being able to support, but not 100% being able to support, because you know the funds ain't funding really like how this man feels like they should be funding. And then Tasha was trying to say Funky is greedy and he just wants, you know, he's money hungry because he has a nasty habit that he needs to feed. Now, mind you, that was Michelle and Tasha talking about Funky and his, you know, the challenges that he has when it comes to drugs and stuff. That was what they were saying. So I don't know. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I really feel like Tasha took that motherfucker. She drug him to hell. Then while he was on fire, she poured some lighter fluid on him, then lit a match of his body, which was already on fire, and she just added to the fire. So she cooked, she flambéed, she fricasseed that ass, and damn, I don't know, but this shit is sure enough entertaining to cover. I cannot wait to see how Funky is going to respond to this. And damn, this shit is just getting good. So I cannot wait. Y'all get with me in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about Tasha K cooking the fuck out of Funky Dineva. Thanks again for subscribing. Remember to like my content, y'all. Like, what is you? Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. I'm real cool once you settle into the channel and you watch a few videos. Y'all know it. All right. I'll see y'all next time, friend.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man. He's just in a bad situation right now, and he's trying to get out of it.
Girl, can we gossip? Ooh, can we gossip? Girl, can we gossip? I have tea, can we gossip?